live. We are live, baby, live. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here. I made it. I am Creatively Lisa, high-living in from Long Beach, California. Woo! Boy, I've got some interesting stuff going on, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm excited to share with you what I'm like ruminating over, I guess, and some ahas I got. And I want to share some stuff that I think will really help. I figure if I'm going through this, I bet other people are too. And maybe it can help. Who knows? So here we go. Let's get rocking and rolling. So I want to ask you a question first and foremost. And kind of just let it sit with you, because this is something that I dealt with, and I had to ask myself this exact same question. How much discomfort are you willing to put up with? Yeah, we continue to sit in it and spin in it a lot, and we don't have to. And it's continuing to happen, the discomfort, for various reasons. And we're tolerating it. We're allowing it almost, and we are, whether you want to hear this or not, perpetuating it and forcing it to continue on and on and on. So today I want to talk with you about tips to shift your discomfort. Yes. And this will, it's helped me. And I'm thinking it might help you too. I have gone through a bit of a dark night of a soul recently. And it started off, in all honesty, with some simple little physical pains. Physical things. My hips bugging me. I took last August, walking down the steps, and I just moved my leg wrong. Nothing big, just spun on my foot as we all do, and it dropped me. And I had this horrible pain, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And it was excruciating. I couldn't stand up square. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't put any much weight on it, and I dealt with it for a while. I don't like going to the doctor. It's got to be an alternative. I always think this. And so a few, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 weeks later, I realized the same supplement that I was giving my dog just to make sure that her bones and joints were moving along in a positive way, I could take it too. So I started taking the same supplement, and I noticed within 2 weeks, the pain overall went away. And although it would still cause me a lot of issues and stress if I moved it wrong, just standing square was not a problem anymore. And I had that strength back. And I thought that was a positive thing. So I just didn't put much effort into it. I worked on other things. And problem is, I worked on things on the outside, not as much on the inside as I needed to. And although I was taking good supplements and doing all this stuff, I wasn't doing all of the work. I was allowing that stuff that I take and the stuff that I use to keep me moving in the right direction, but I didn't stop enough to actually look at the deeper cause of it. Yes. And then I also have been getting this rash on my face. Again, it's all on the right side, and it's a pain. It's uncomfortable. It kind of hurts. It's kind of right here. It's right there, bold and bright. You can see it. It's pain. And then also, why does it keep coming back? It's just come back a few times. So it got me to thinking, and I had a friend of mine actually share something with me recently. And I realized that it is a physical thing going on the outside. But the thing is, this I went to the doctor for, and nothing worked. They couldn't figure out anything. And anything they gave me only made it worse. And I'm like, and I don't like to take any pharma whatsoever. So I was very not so much into it. So I tried a little. If it didn't work right away and made it worse, I stopped immediately and I went back to my natural stuff. Now it keeps it at bay everything is fine. But it all boils down to getting to the root. And that root is you, me, my emotions, my deep, deep feelings. What's going on? What am I rolling over and not actually feeling? And last weekend, I went to a 3-day event, the Most Powerful Women event, and it was extraordinary. And I had some major ahas. And at the same time, I was going through a lot of just craziness in my life. I had DoorDash scam me, and I'm still trying to get the money back from that. And because I drive that on the side, and it's supposed to be paying for my teeth. And just some different things that were just horrendous. I'm going to leave it at that. And because I don't want to talk about it, and I don't want to perpetuate that, so I want to move forward because I've actually moved out of it and moving into a much better place. And my friend reminded me about emotional stuff. Now, I work on that a lot. I know that there's probably stuff involved that I probably maybe haven't surfaced yet, but I know that it's possible. And I know that this hip thing and this face thing can change like that, because the face thing did change like that before, but it came back because other stuff. And then I also realized that I had an addiction to anxiety and stress. Anything I could do to stress myself out without realizing it, I did. I caused financial disruption in my life frequently without realizing I was doing it. And the lack of financial, education that I didn't get growing up. So I'm learning now. I'm growing now. I'm figuring that out now. But that I would put myself in that situation. In my business, I would wait to the last minute to do something. Why? Why stress myself out? I've got time. And I caught it at the event because I was feeling so wonderful that I started looking for things to stress myself out over. So here's a little caveat to this. If you notice that you do something or something happens again and again and again, try to do your best to be aware of it. Also, I want to say this right here and now. If you know of somebody that's dealing with a lot of craziness going on in their life right now, maybe it's you, maybe it's your friend, share this video with them and follow my journey, because I want this to stop for myself, but I want it to stop for you. We have all this amazingness inside us, and our number one problem is ourselves. We doubt that. We doubt our magnificence. We're afraid of our fantasticness and our light and our shine. And we just have to get past it, because when we're not shining, it's not only causing other people around us not to be lifted and our gifts not to be shared, but it actually causes detriment on our own physical bodies. These vessels that we're driving around in. We got to take care of it. It's all we got right now. Got to look and feel good. And it makes a difference in everything that we do and everything that we use and everything that we think. And whatever we can do to release and aha stuff and be aware when you catch things like that. And I caught myself now 3 times, and then I realized how it spread out. And so just by being aware of that, it's now shifting. All of a sudden, nothing's changed. I'm doing the same amount of activities. I've changed my schedule slightly, but I'm doing the same amount of activities, and I have all this extra time. I don't know what to do with myself. I want to stress about it. And then I have to go back and realize why. To break those habits. Now, I use specific oils anytime this happens to breathe, and so I can release these old mindset patterns, these old connections in our brains that are wired a certain way that we need to change. I do that. So it's important. You cannot change your life until you start changing the things in your life. And it makes the hugest difference. When you get up in the morning, and I'm curious, what is the first thing that you go to? Now, think about that. It's what we use. It's what we surround ourselves with. What do you go to? What action is the first thing you do? What's the first thought you think of or you reach for? What are you reaching for? And the second, and the third, and the fourth, and so on. Because all of these things make a difference. These thoughts, these actions, the patterns, the products we use. Yes, you heard me right. I said it. The stuff that we use physically, deodorants, everything, our homes, everything makes a difference in how we feel, in our vibration, in how we get through things, our personal energy, everything. What happens to you and around you, and what you're attracted to and what's attracted to you. All of this comes into play, and it all plays on each other. And the more we can be aware of this, the better. When I had the realization that I was causing my own anxiety and stress, holy smokes, that shifted something in me. I don't have that stress anymore. I realized it about being afraid of being able to help people in a positive way, which has caused me to even hinder back in my business and in my team. I'm afraid. No, we've got to step forward into that. When I started realizing these things, and also in regards to my finances and everything, it was the strangest thing. It literally just left like this. All of that went away. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 wonderful things start flowing in. So I mentioned how different things that you surround yourself in a live that I did last month on the environment as well. What you surround yourself with makes a big difference, and it does. And so we have to be consciously aware of what is in our mental space here, our physical space, our body, and our environmental space around us. Everything. We have to clear all of that out because it all comes in place. These physical issues that I'm dealing with now have to do with that. How I wasn't being 100% authentic in everything I do. I was afraid to be 100% me. Yes, I was. I'm being honest with you on that. I was afraid to be 100% me. Why? I don't care what people think or say, but obviously something in me was causing that worthiness, that confidence within me. And I'm telling you this because maybe you can look at the things that you're doing in your life and you see things that aren't exactly the way you want it, or you've got something in your skin or in your body that's constantly coming back again and again and again. Look into it and see what that means. There's a book out that's amazing. It's called, it's a Lewis Hay book. It's it's Lewis. I can't remember the name of it. It's something about your body and what's going on. So any kind of issue that's going on physically in your body, you can look it up in this book and it gives you what it is emotionally. Pretty powerful book. I keep it and I look at it. It's in the kitchen, oddly enough, because I want to have it near me at all times. And it's powerful to have and to use and to be able to utilize as a tool in your life. The more aware that we are of everything. The more aware that we are in our lives of everything that's happening, the faster, the more we can shift it and change it. These things are so important and they make a difference in our lives. And so I want to give you the definition of vibration and what it is, so you can kind of get an idea of how and why it's affected so much and how real it is. Your vibration is your emotional state. Yes, yeah, it already connects. It's also the atmosphere of a place around you or associations to objects. And it's the communication that it's felt and by you and by others. You see, it's not just esoteric, it's actually physical. So when you, I don't know, drink a Coke, for instance, it's breaking your body down. It changes things. Your physical being, your mental state, your atmosphere, the objects, and so much more, everything plays a huge role in your vibration. And most people are still doing what they have always done, expecting a difference. That's the definition of insanity. Keep that in mind. You add a few seminars in, you do a few different types of meditations, or you do one and can't get it to work, or you do affirmations and you name it when you have time, saying positive things to yourself today, going back and doing the same thing again, different tomorrow. It's never the same, and you don't continue on. I'm putting myself in that thing too, because I'll do the same thing and go, oh, I don't have time to take care of myself. That's the one thing that we must take care of over and over again, first and foremost, because if we don't take care of ourselves and our own peace of mind, it affects us on every level around. What we do, what we think, what we say, how we feel, everything. It makes a difference. And becoming, or what's the word I'm looking for? Realizing it, accepting it, and taking responsibility for it. It's your life. How it is how you've designed it, the good and the bad. Same for me. I don't like this. I don't like not being able to run. I'm at my perfect weight right now, and I can fit into anything, but I don't look like I want. I don't have the energy that I want. And that's because I can't run. Can't do like a lot of leg exercise. It freaks me out. I'm afraid it's going to mess it up again. I want this stuff gone. So I'm going to do everything I possibly can to alleviate it, to stop it. And the only way I can do that is to be very aware of everything that I allow in my mind, in my body, in my environment, everything. And the emotions that I've not dealt with, which I'm sure there's some in there, I still can't figure them out, but these things are slowly coming out. 3 things came to me over the past week because it was time to release it. I'm ready to make changes in my life. Are you? Are you? Because to make changes in your life, you have to change your lifestyle and everything you're doing. And it's not easy. You have to buy different shit. Pardon me. You have to do different things. You have to eat different food. I'm doing the same thing. As bad as heck they are for me, I love Mountain Dew. It's like poison. It's poison. So I just discovered while I was at a healing session with a friend of mine, I'm not supposed to be drinking bubbly water. I love bubbly water. Like I could drink it every day, all day long. It's causing all this inflammation in my hip, in my body, and in my power center. I gained my power from my power center here. And I got all of this gas and all of this stuff in here because of all the bubbly water I drank. It's causing all this kind of issues in my dietary stuff, face, and in general in my energetic body as well. Can't drink it anymore. No more. So ask yourself, what are you doing? What's around your environment that is probably not good for you? It's probably not serving you. And you can change that. It's easy. I mean, it really is easy. It's not simple. Well, it's simple. It's not easy. It's simple. And it just takes you starting to make that step. So no more bubbly water. To changing what I'm having. No more bubbly water. I have to find something else. Okay, I'll do it. I'm starting to drink way more coconut water. That's good for me. It's very hydrating. It's awesome and it tastes wonderful. Okay, that's going to be my new substitute for the bubbly water. Okay, what else is going to change? I've already changed out all the chemicals in my house. I have none. I'm using nothing but plant-based products. I use tons of essential oils and high-frequency products and oils in my environment, in my body, all of that. I've done that. Have you? Have you? They make a difference. Everything. What your daily habits are. Do you meditate? No matter what. It gets better the more you do it, the more you figure it out. You just have to find something and stick with it. More than a day, more than 5 days. And do it even when you don't have time. I like to go to bed early, and I've started doing this meditation now probably for 2 months. And a couple nights, it's 5 minutes. It's not even long, 5 minutes tops. And a couple nights I've gone, oh, I just want to go to bed. I really need to sleep. No, I have to give myself this meditation at the night before I go to sleep. It just zones me out. So I do it no matter what, no matter what. And these are the times that you'll notice changes. The most changes is when you do the things that you don't want to do at the time you don't want to do it anyway, and you'll see differences. You doing this is going to make different changes in your life. You're going to start seeing a lot more things come into flow, and you will notice you'll notice huge changes. You will always go back to being the way you were if you don't make these changes. And you can't have this higher frequency, this higher vibration on any sort of a level if you don't start changing this. Same here, same for me as well. I always say you can't begin an inspired phase of your life still in the same old vibration as you were before. You can't inspire other people's lives and help unless you help yourself first. You've got to be happy. You've got to be grounded. And I say that, I'm saying that to myself. And I'm saying that you are a genius. You're meant for so much awesomeness. But you've got to take the steps. We've all got to take the steps for that to change, for that to get corrected. Shifting and raising your energy, your vibration prior allows for way more flow. And that means the stuff that you want to come to you. Also, it allows for more flow and more inspiration in your life and ease just to follow. And you feel like your life and you're in step and in sync with everything is going right in your life. It's all, everything's working out. You get that feeling. You feel like you're just on cruise and you just love everything going on. You love the people. The right people show up. Everything shows up. And that's the way it's supposed to be. It just is. The problem is you may not even know that you are in a lower state of vibration. You just have all these crazy things going on in your life and you're just realizing it. A lot of people don't even realize it. You do the meditations, you do all the stuff. So by taking the extra time and the extra effort will help in this process. And it'll start rewiring the brain so that old energy doesn't return, because we don't want that happening anymore, right? True. Okay. So because this happens to me as well, and I'm done with all this stuff. And I'm so blessed and grateful to be able to caught these three big things that I mentioned to you in my own life. And I'm ready to shift this hip stuff. I even have an MRI scheduled this next week just to kind of see what's going on the outside. I still believe it's heavily energetic in some manner. And am I willing to change these things in my life to shift this? We're going to see what's going on. And can I do it? Yes. I just have to figure it out. I have to figure out the motions with it as well. So I don't know everything. I know a lot now, but it helps to figure these things out in our life. We've got so much going on. And dealing with a few things now and being happy on the other end and is so much better to take care of it than to continually drain this stuff out and be miserable for a long time to come. We don't have to live like that. We don't. And I'm done. Are you? Are you done? With all the craziness, with all the ups and downs and all over the place? Then take a stand with me, next to me, with me, and let's do it together. And let's make these changes and let's figure this out and let's live the life that we're meant to live. How about that? Continue to move forward in a positive, happy state. You have to shift the energy permanently in your life. And that's a secret that nobody's telling you. Or they're not telling you how to do it. Well, that's what I'm going to do right now. It's what I've been doing. And it's what I'm going to do with my 3 tips. My 3 tips. When I discovered this, I started realizing all of these things. So today I'm going to share with you simple, doable actions that you can take now to have a day filled with joy. All the traffic lights are green in your life, and that parking spot that you're waiting for is right out front for you, right where it's supposed to be. every single time. Ease and flow, my friend. Ease and flow. So I'm going to remind you again, if you know of anybody that needs this, that's going through tough times, please share it with them. I'd love to connect with them more. And perhaps there's something in this video that can help it. And remember, hit the follow button so that you can catch all my lives and ahas that are continuing to come up, and that will even continue more. And I'm shifting some of my stuff I'm doing, and it's going to be a lot of cool new stuff as well. All right. So I'm excited to get started. So let's rock and roll. Ready? All right, let's do it. So we're going to go over 3 tips to shift the discomfort. Ready? Number 1, look into the situation and see what are the circumstances. They're just the circumstances, and it's not you. It's external. So look at that. See that it's the circumstances and not actually you. It's external. Number 2, change or raise your vibration. By doing this, you change your mindset, and the world and people around you change. Gets in that flow again. Inspiration happens and you thrive. This is the best place to begin to transition into your own dreams, your own business, whatever you want, and live an inspired, happy, heart-based life. Yes, and even financially free, because that usually plays into it as well. Changing your vibrations, not your circumstances, is a lesson to grow and to thrive. Can't change the outside, you got to change the inside. And then the outside just happens. And number 3, make your path work for you and only you, nobody else. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's not your job to know what's best for anybody else, nor is it their business what's best for you. Did you know that? Start caring more about yourself and how you feel than what others think about anything you do. That's going to make a huge difference in everything. All right. So I'm going to go over the 3 tips one more time. All right. So 3 tips to shift your discomfort. 1, look into any situation and see that it's the circumstances and it's not you. It's external. When you put that separation in, it changes everything. 2, raise your vibration. By doing this, you can start changing your mindset, and you change it by all the things that I mentioned. You start changing your mindset, and everything else around you changes as well. And number 3, and this one's big, 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 make your path work for you and only you. It's your road trip. It's nobody else's. Nobody ever takes the same road trip. We're all on our own journey. And when we get to realize that, magnificent happens and things change. Okay? Awesome. Now, I've got a quick bonus tip for you. I didn't mention it either, but it is extremely important, and I think you will find benefit in it. So here's a phrase to say. Say, I take responsibility for the things that happen to me and mine. Again, I take responsibility for the things that have happened to me, that happen to me now, for me and mine. I take responsibility for the things that happen to me and mine. Sit with that. When you take responsibility, then you can change anything. Anything in your life can change when you first take responsibility. If you're always a victim, you'll continue to be. But when you take responsibility, it puts you back in the driver's seat and things change. Yep. So to learn more about this, to connect with me more, I would love to get in touch with you, to get in contact, to chat with you more, to connect. And you can do that by commenting vibes below. And I will also send you my free guide on raising your vibration with the only meds you need: mindset, environment, and daily habits. You can get that, and we can connect more as well. So comment vibes in the comments, and we'll connect more. So with that said, I hope you're having an absolutely extraordinary day. And remember to always create something magnificent. See you on the next live.
Ciao.